You know, would have done a rescue like that around here before.
I wake in the middle of the night and grab my pillow from how dangerous that rescue was.
That was the greatest moment of absolute terror I have ever felt in my life.
That face itself is indelibly seared in my mind.
You really can die out here climbing, and no one is exempt.
These guys were breaking psychological barriers.
I don't think I'd ever try this again with 6 other people.
In my youth, I was drawn off the beaten path to northwestern Wyoming by the majesty of the Grand Tetons. The Tetons were exotic, intense, and remote. And it was the first time since childhood I was where I wanted to be, doing exactly what I wanted to do with the people with whom I wanted to do it. My story begins in 1967. As the nation faced unrest, so did I. It was my 7th and final summer as head climbing ranger in Grand Teton National Park, but I still felt uncertain about my abilities and what my future would hold. During the 60s, this mountain range became a summer playground for elite climbers, and I found myself at the hub of American mountaineering. These climbers brought the standard of American climbing to European levels of proficiency, imagination, and daring. In other parts of the country, they climbed with passion, but in the Tetons, they climbed with affection. An expedition was never complete until the story was told around a Jenny Lake campfire or one of the infamous Teton tea parties. Everything in this alpine-style range is severe, with long approaches and nasty weather. The epitome is the North Face, a dark and icy portion of the range.
The North Face in the 60s was sort of a test piece in a way. It's where a climber might cross from being not really serious about climbing to then become serious about it. Bottom of the climb especially was like being in warfare, being peppered with falling rock and then getting up, and there was always a weather problem. I remember bivouacking in the North Face and rocks streaming by and rain and fear.
The North Face of the Grand has been, over the years, a much sought-after climbing objective. Certainly having done the North Face is a thing that many climbers aspire to.
And so what happened that year? Me and a tight band of hard guy professors and mountain men renegades would make history as the Jenny Lake Rescue Rangers. Our rescue off the North Face became the stuff of legends, a chapter in Teton climbing history to be told around campfires for years to come.
I was a small town girl. I'm at this big school, meet this group of people who are involved in just these amazing activities, and especially Gay. I think he was the most experienced, the most skilled climber in the group. He came from a quite wealthy family in New York, so he had a lot of different experiences than a small town girl from Illinois had. So I was, in general, very much in awe of his intelligence, his experience, and his skill.